I always say that I'm Bulgarian and nothing can makes me feel worried. Maybe because I was born in 1986, the year of Chernobyl. I used to have big ears, like an elephant. Just kidding.
Well, when we started, actually, it was quite chaotic and a big challenge, because you see your, let's say, boyfriend in a totally different perspective, and go even deeper. I mean, it's one thing just to hang out and support each other. It's totally different to do business, and in business sometimes you need to be harsh, and in a way this may endanger your relationship. So it's quite important to set boundaries and still find time for your private life. So it was quite challenging. What is most important is what is always important is the motivation, like where you want to, why are you doing what you're doing? Actually, you're wise, and when you have it, you just learn in the process. And I mean, for me it was important. And when you have someone you love, you just find a way how to communicate, so that to keep this magic. And in the same way, actually the way we did it is we just set aside, like we split our responsibilities, so that not to have a conflict.
And yes, it's possible. No matter the time, you can run and have your own business. My parents said there were not many job opportunities in 90s, so we decided to create them. And they were always telling us, no matter how difficult it might be, there is always a hope. You just need to look for the opportunities, because there are always such, and look for what makes you passionate. And this is not all. It's gonna be hard, for sure, but this is to make you stronger. And if you have the will inside, anything is possible. We launched with my fiance Nico our own company, Spators Bulgaria. And our dream was, we love Bulgaria, to promote Bulgaria, more people to hear about our hot springs, nature, culture. And it was quite fun, we had the education, skills, savings, and we're like, anything is possible, we can do everything. This was not the case, actually. It was full with so many challenges. We didn't have an idea what is to run a business in tourism. On top, we invested in the wrong suppliers, like the wrong companies for web design, digital marketing. We put our money into the trash, basically, because what we got was useless for our goals.
Humanity is first. I mean, you cannot split which human is more important. But of course, families, I mean, it's important, but when it comes to the others, the way to care, I mean, in business, one of the very first lessons is to respect yourself. If you cannot, you're useless to the humanity. And this was basically one of my very first lessons. And the way to respect for the others actually is firstly to start with yourself. Then to, of course, take care of the family, and of course to try always to be helpful to the people. Because if you're not, then you do nothing. I mean, it's always for the greatest better. But if you please, this is something bad. And this is the other lesson I learned the hard way.
And a friend of mine told me, Ani, look, if you want to run a business, you need to be able to perform any single part of it. Even web design, digital marketing. And we were like, but tourism and this, and we were like, okay, we'll do it. So we managed to enter in different markets like China, like attracted people from more than 20 countries. And finally, this terrible year, 2019, was gone. And we were like, okay, 2020 seemed to be very, very optimistic for us. We were planning to have many customers from China, a lot of leads, but COVID happened. I clearly remember 30th of March, when we got the lockdown. And we were like, maybe this thing with the tourism is not going to work. We need to think for something else. But now what? You need to start from scratch. And even if you have savings, are you going to use them for your living? Or you're going to use it for your business? And what kind of business? What can you do when people are staying at home and you have no clarity how things can work and what can work? I was told by my parents, there is always a way, just look for the opportunities. And when time is hard, it's here to learn, to make us stronger, and we are here to learn something. So we sat down, we have to be in a hurry because things are, you have bills and etc. Have you heard someone for Maslow, for the pyramid of Maslow? You? Okay, good. So we remember that, it's very good. Use it as a compass for your business. If you don't know about anything about it, it's in Google, you can search. So we looked at the pyramid of Maslow and we realized that right now the economy is basically restarting and we are at the physical level. Physical needs. When people are mainly, imagine, staying at homes, what do they need? What do we need when we are at home? Maybe food? What do you think? Food? Anyone? Okay. Drinks, yeah, maybe. So, as well, we always say, and people say actually, that answers are in history, because sometimes it tends to repeat.
It's very important to know what are your values, first of all. Then it's very important to know what are your goals. And let's say if you want to help people, like I really like helping people, but if you do it for free, it's not going to help anyone. And I've learned that, the hard way, because at least you need to do some kind of, if you're learning, that's okay. But in a way, it needs to be win-win for everyone. If it's not, then, and in that terms, you need, like, whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking if it's win-win and where I am. If what I'm doing is moving me forward to where I want to be. It's very interesting because when, like, I don't know, having in mind that I was born in 86th year of Chernobyl, starting with that, like being in crisis is something very natural for me. And when difficult things happen, I'm like more focused on the solution rather than like thinking, oh, wow, now we messed up. Or I've learned that I should take it as a learning journey, not. I'm very critical to myself, but I saw that this rather put me in bad situations. So I'm more into looking for the solution and like focused on the action, not on the inner talking. Yes.
Our big lesson from the tourism was that diversification. You always need to have plan B. One, two, better two businesses, not just one, and in different industries if possible. We all want to do something by ourselves, our name to be heard, right? But the better is to find a partner and to do it with him or with her. In our case, like I'm doing almost everything. It's family business again, but with my fiance. And sometimes we look for other partners, so it works. So I would really advise you to look for people that are doing something better than you, but different than what you can do. So no matter what you do, think if you can, like, have in mind at that time we thought what can not only be needed, but what can thrive in the situation we are, like crisis.
In life and in business, it's like you always have challenges because you want to do more and more and more and overcome and I mean, if you're an ambitious person, you set higher boundaries, like higher goals. So in a way, the crisis, I'm not sure when it ends, but for sure we need to enjoy life, because when we are so much into fixing, at a certain point of time, you I even had a lot of health issues because I was so much working, and when you're workaholic. So I've learned just to set, like, either wake up early or just have my time. And this is it. No matter what happens, I'm trying to isolate and have my time, because the challenges, crises, like the debt, they always exist. I don't believe in luck. I believe of making things happen. So for me, when you do what depends on you, somehow things start working out. And maybe if we call this luck, this is luck. Като всеки човек, съм имала много колебания през годините, но със сигурност това, което знам, и баща ми винаги казва, нали, по-добре цар на село, отколкото просяк в града. И всъщност за мен това, което съм видяла от гледна точка на все пак с доста страни съм работила, различни неща, е, че в България възможностите са безкрайни. Най-малкото нямаш установени граници, иерархия, светът ни се построява буквално, предвид историческото ни минало. И тук човек, независимо, човек носи успеха със себе си. Но тук това, което е хубавото, е, че първото, което е, тук сме родени, второто, което това е нашата родина и някой трябва да направи нещата тук. И за мен, аз съм патриот, така съм възпитана, така ги чувствам нещата. И просто е страна с страшно много възможности. И другото, което е, просто светът е толкова свързан, че няма значение къде живееш. А защо не да живее човек в родината си, в мястото си, може да работиш с който искаш, където искаш. Така че възможностите са безкрайни тук.
Стига хората да останат в България.
Да, стига хората да останат в България. Има много смисъл да останат тук. И най-малкото това, което дава родината ни и корените, и тук възможности са много повече, отколкото дори конкуренцията, ако погледнеш. Нали? Едно е да се бори с милиони, нали? Друго е с малцина. Дори от тази гледна точка. Просто. Това е, което мога да кажа. Така че останете в България. Тук е страната наистина на необятните възможности.